Now it's high time to wrap up with the last dish of today's menu, which is Chinese kale salad. In case you don't know what they are, this is Chinese kale. Okay? Chinese kale. It can be this big or smaller or even smaller. You know, when people buy this, they even pick the one with holes. You know why? To guarantee that there's no insecticides. Yeah. Okay? We don't mind the holes. Okay. Chinese people use a lot of this to stir fry it with. Okay. And when I was a boy, this was not my favorite because I found it a little bitter. Okay. But today we are not using the leafy part. We use the stem. Okay. So we peel off the outside a little like when you do with asparagus or broccoli. Okay. The stem part. Yeah. And then we have pork tenderloin grilled sliced. You cannot make salad without dressing. And you cannot make Thai dressing without chilies. So today we are pounding the paste. With the medium-sized chili, remember? The medium size, the green one. And then garlic, and then coriander roots, and then one more thing. Let me show you one more thing. You know what they are? Pickled garlic. Yeah, you got an A for that. The solution inside is rice vinegar, salt, and sugar. Rice vinegar, salt, and sugar. And you don't have to pickle this yourself. Chinese people have this for sale. Yeah. Yes. Remember, testing is believing. Test it. It's sweet and crunchy. Yeah. It's not very garlicky. Okay. So one more time, green chili, the big one, not the biggest one, the medium one. Okay. And garlic, pickled garlic, coriander roots, fish sauce, lime juice, syrup, simple syrup, sugar, and water 1:1 brought to a boil. And extra garlic, this time finely sliced. So we have 2 portions of garlic. This one is going to be pounded, so you can slice it or chop it. Doesn't matter because you are going to pound. And then the one to toss with. And then the kale. To prepare the kale, I have a bowl of cold water. And I just cut it on a bias. On an angle. Not too thin. You know why? We want to retain the crunch in cold water. Now, I'm going to pound the paste. Everything ends up in a wok. Remember the right way. Support with a tea towel or dishcloth and grip your pestle like this and spread your thumb. And when you are pounding, you are not supposed to mind the noise. It has to be noisy. So just think of it as an anger management, okay? Think of your worst enemies. And when you are pounding, you press what you are pounding down there, or else it gets splashed to the side, and you are pounding stone onto stone without nothing in between. There is an old-time joke in Thailand, which has become a cliche already, that in those days, when typical Thai parents wanted to arrange a marriage for their beloved sons, they had to spy on their neighbors to see how their daughters were cooking. If the pounding sounds happen to be like this, you just forget her. She's not making a good wife. She must be lazy. It has to be like this, okay? It's a joke, but it makes sense. It's logical. And I make a good husband because my wife, she doesn't cook. I soak this in cold water for some time, then I drain, okay? From time to time, you can use a spoon to turn. And what is so great about this recipe is there is no oil at all. No oil. The pork is grilled. Oh, and this is one of the rare occasions on which we eat the kale raw. Raw kale. So back home, if you don't have kale, you can use asparagus or blockeries, the stem. But if you feel like more like eating them cooked, you can blanch them a little. You can spoon up to mix outside, but we can use this as a mixing bowl too. Mixing bowl for dressing, but not for salad. So instead of spooning this out to mix, I can mix all the rest in here. I got the paste already. I prefer to follow by something sour. You know why? It's acid, it dissolves. This time I cannot pound, it can be splashing. So I grind. Something spicy, something sour, something salty, fish sauce, something sweet, simple syrup. แป๊บนึงนะแป๊บนึงเดี๋ยวไทยช่วยยกครกไปนิดนึงไปก่อนไป Very healthy dressing. ขอบคุณครับขอบคุณครับ We soak this in cold water to make it crunchy. Okay. Pork and garlic slice and the dressing. And how well done should the pork be? There is no right or wrong. For those of you who love it to be a little medium, have it medium. If you want to be well done, do it better, well done. I'm using the leaf of kale, and I sheet it. I use a kind of pinging shear to trim my leaves. Okay? Remember, I said don't call me mean, okay? Because noon, lunchtime is coming. And since this is so green, I decorate with big chili. This time I sheet it again. I use pepper punch to punch out my chili, okay? So let us know, let us know, let us know. Okay. And in French, they say la vie en gros. I got one rose from pumpkin. Okay. Time to test. As a token to show our thanks to you, we have a bag of small gifts for you to take home. Inside, there is a brand new apron with the most appealing logo ever. So you just leave the dirty one here, take home the new one. And we also have 4 little bags of selected spices. There are 3 spices in each. They are separately packed in Ziploc bags with tags inside and tags outside, 3 in each. So 4 bags make 12. There's also a little fan to remind you of the Mandarin Oriental, okay? And the bag itself. It's a pleasure.
So you cook for your wife like this every day?
No.